Today we're going to talk about how to ask men for money guilt-free. Emphasis on the guilt-free. Hello, it's Kyla, not Kayla. Welcome back to my channel. How far have we fallen as a society? How far have we fallen? Because there's so much content out there, and I mean, honestly, dating is something that I do, but it's not something that I feel I should be giving advice on around the sense of like how to find the one. Like, I mean, like when I'm successfully married, maybe I'll like give you guys that information. But in the meantime, what I will talk to you all about is like what has been working for me, specifically around provision. Because if you know my story, I was working in like a high powered job. It wasn't even high powered, honestly, in my opinion. I was just really good at it and got paid very well for it. And I didn't even really want to do it, but I just ended up there. I just ended up there. I just ended up there. That's how a lot of women just end up there. You're not really thinking about it, it just happens. And because of that, you get very used to like being your own masculine in that way. Like, you take care of that. And then what happens is you start to date, and like a lot of the times, you know, you're in this place where you're not leading with like what you do, you know? But at the same time, you're not really receiving from the masculine the way you would like to. So let's just get into it. So if you are in that boat, comment below, or don't. Send me a DM, because the internet's a weird place. Or join the fitting room, because from time to time, outside of talking about style, we also talk about boys and money and how to take over the world. So you're now dating. You even maybe have like a guy. And you know, you've done your feminine work, you've done inner work, you know, you're really like listening to things, really trying to be like the feminine presence in the relationship for all the positive things that it is. And in that place, you know, he's enjoying your feminine, he's masculine as well. Like, he's not like a dusty, like he's doing what he needs to do. And he even is very willing to give you things. Like, you don't ask for things. Like, you don't ask to go on a trip, he takes you on a trip. You don't ask him to you know, take you out for dinner. Like, he's doing those things because he naturally wants to. But at the same time, when it comes to you like being prepared to receive, as in like I asked and then I received, it's uncomfortable. For example, so let's like get past dating. You're married, because this is what I want to put in context why this skill is important. You're married to this man, he loves you, you didn't even have children with him, you know, and you're pregnant and you need something big. You want a minivan. Nah, you want a G-Wagon. You want a nice mom car, you know, that you can stick some kids in, but like you look good. And like, you're asking him to spend a pretty penny. You deserve it. You are with child. You are with child. You're hardworking, you're dedicated in your own right, you're very capable. Like, you were making six figures before you even turned 25. You're fully capable. But like, you're pregnant with this man's child. He's married to you and dedicated to you, and he loves you. He's a loving man. He's willing to show you how he loves you, but he can't read your mind. You want a G-Wagon. How are you gonna ask her this, girl? How are you gonna open your mouth and use your words to ask him for this? Because I think we're constantly thinking like, oh, you know, dating, I want to get food out. I want, you know, designer this and designer that, and all that is great and fine. And if you found the man who's gonna give you those things, power to you, girl. But like, let's just think on like even a simple level. It doesn't even have to be a G-Wagon. It could be a Suzuki, sis. It could be a Suzuki. it doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, you need to know how to use your words to get what you desire from the masculine, whether he is your husband, your boyfriend, or a guy in a roster, even if he's like your brother or your dad. First things first, okay? You don't need to be down and out to ask a man for help. I think there's a lot out there about like getting your rent paid and, you know, like stuff like that. And that's, again, more power to you. More power to you if it's happening for you. But you're likely watching this video because you're not there, you know, you're not getting provision on that level. But like, you don't have to be down and out to get provision. Like, you don't need to be struggling and like, if this man don't pay my bill by the end of this month, I'm gonna have nothing, I'm gonna be homeless. That's a different issue, and this is not the video for you if that's the state you're in. I'm talking about the girl who's like, you know, I'm comfortable, I'm good, you know, but like, hey, I would like him to like contribute to my life and to contribute to the goodness of my life. And to be honest, if you're dating the right guy, he does want to do that, which is why he's probably like doing sweet, nice things for you. Like, he wants to do those things. He just doesn't know exactly what you, Kyla, not Kayla, wants. You know, he can't read your mind. He's not up and up on the latest Sephora sale. You know, he's not watching the universe guru and aware of all her courses that are out there. You know, like, he doesn't know all the ins and outs of your specific niche interests. So when he's getting you things, they may not be like, you know, they're gonna bring you joy, but they may not be your deepest desires, and he wants to know those things. As a feminine woman, you should be asking men for high vibrational things, not down and out things. So instead of asking for your rent to be paid, you should be asking to be taken on a trip, to have an experience, instead of asking him to, you know, I don't know, I'm trying to think of something down now, and now my brain's just not there right now. But instead of asking for like those crucial things that you need for like just like life, like groceries, ask him for like a course, ask him for like a spa day. Like, he wants to contribute to your fun, even if he's not necessarily taking the course with you or going to the spa with you. He wants to contribute to those. He wants to be associated in your brain with like fun, high vibe. I enjoy him. So those are the types of things you should be asking for. The only 3-date rule I believe in is wait 3 dates before you ask for something. And like, honestly, at date 3, he's probably already like trying to give you something anyway. Whether it's something like, you know, flowers, or like, you know, he wants to make that 3rd date like maybe like a concert, like, you know, something high vibe again. But that's the only 3-date rule I believe in. Like, wait 3 dates before you ask for things. I think if you're going in on the 1st date asking for things, you don't even know who this man is. You don't even know like if he's somebody you really want to like even have in your life, like if he's somebody you want to be receiving anything from. Like, that 1st date is an interview. Well, it's not an interview, it's more like a getting to know you, I guess you could say. But like, you want to feel out his vibe before you start asking for anything, sis. And that's not because like, oh, I'm too afraid to receive. It's because like, oh, are you worthy of giving me things? Because a man needs to be worthy of giving you things. He does. Like, the same way he needs to be worried about giving you the horizontal boogie, you know, I can't say that on YouTube. He needs to be worthy of giving you gifts. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's levels to this. Layers, ladies. My second tip for you is know your needs intimately, okay? You need to know what you want before you start asking this man for things. I think a lot of times as women, we get frustrated with men when we're really just frustrated with ourselves because they're there. I said it. I love you all, and I just said it because at the end of the day, like, you might be sitting there going like, he never gets me anything, but like, are you asking for anything? Do you know what the anything is that you want? Because like, even if he did get you something or like started giving you something, you would still feel off about it because it's not the thing you actually want. It's not like, because you don't even know what you want. So it's never gonna be enough. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you know your needs intimately before you're like asking him this. Again, like he's probably not on the up and up of Nordstrom's semi-annual sale, sis. Okay? He doesn't know that you and the girls like to brunch every Sunday at 1 p.m. He's not gonna just know this. Like you're 3-4 dates in, he doesn't know this yet. You need to like know what your needs are so you can ask him for things. Okay? Next, when asking a man to give you money, make sure you're asking in person or over the phone using your voice. I think this is for anybody, honestly, like except for like maybe like, no, this applies to anybody. This could be like your dad. This could be like a client or a business partner, like anybody. But especially like, you know, in this context of dating, you should ask in person or ask over the phone for personal touch. Do not ask this man on a text message says, girl, can I have money? Can you fly me out? No, use your voice, because I think that our generation especially is so used to being able to hide behind text. And like obviously, you know, if he's your own age, like maybe you could get away with this, but especially if he's like a bit older than you, like I would say like especially like 5+ years older, 10+ years older, like girl, it's gonna make it feel very transactional and yucky. You should get on the phone, have a little conversation with him, you know, and if you can't open your mouth to like say, hey, could you give me this or this? Can I da 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 da? Then you need to keep watching this video because we need to talk about worthiness. Now, before we get into like the worthiness aspect of this, because this gets much deeper, we're not just here talking like, how can you get money from a man? No, like, it's not just how to get money from a man. It's how to get money from a man guilt-free. Emphasis on the guilt-free. But before we get into how to do this guilt-free, I just want to give you a little formula that I find is really helpful. And it was a bit of like my crutch when I was first practicing, like, okay, I'm gonna ask this man, I'm gonna ask this man, buy me this person. I'm gonna ask this man. And that man's just like, he has no idea. I'm like sweating bullets. Here's a little formula. Insert pet name. I want to insert desire because it will make me insert emotion or experience. Can you buy it for me, please? Ready? Okay. Baby, I want to go to the spa with my girlfriends because it would feel so good to just catch up with them in some fuzzy robes, drinking some tea. Could you book it for me? You're feminine, you're flirtatious, you know your needs intimately, but you still feel uncomfortable asking, like the actual act of asking. Let's get into that. So I'm gonna read for you. Choosing relationships that you intentionally benefit from is healthy adulting for any gender. Any relationship where the parties are not fully aware of their benefits is a breeding grounds for parasitism or competition. While mediocre status quo may tell you benefiting from a relationship is manipulative, this mindset simply makes you intelligent, and an intelligent man will respect this. Obviously, you need to be sure your man is capable and willing. If you're with a gainfully employed, generous man with disposable income, asking him to spend money on you is only an issue in your mind. Let me explain. There was a time I felt guilty about asking a man to send money. It didn't matter how long I was with somebody. I masked my unworthiness with thoughts of, I don't want to stress him out, or what if he can't do it right now? And I never even asked him. I just came up with it in my own head. All sorts of excuses why I shouldn't ask. But honestly, ladies, this is a crucial moment. Asking him for something, anything, asking him for your desire, asking him to meet your needs is a crucial moment that you're missing out on. You don't want to rob your man, yourself, or your relationship of this moment. Your requests are healthy challenges for masculine men. Men thrive off of healthy challenges. At this moment, he gets to decide if he wants to give you an absolute no without trying, or if he wants to go out there and hunt. If he wants to go out there and try. This is how you'll know if the man in front of you is in his healthy masculinity or not. And I think that this is where so many successful on paper women are completely missing the ball, like dropping the ball, sorry. At the end of the day, a lot of the times, successful women who are really afraid of receiving and not taking from men and really feel guilty about asking and like just sitting in all sorts of, anxiety or, unworthiness around asking, they're missing the chance to even understand what kind of man they're with. Who are you with? And then you end up in a relationship for years. God forbid children are now involved. And now you're finding out what kind of man you're with, and it's not pretty. It's not cute anymore. You're pregnant and you want a mommy car. Sir, hunt. Go on. And you're not even asking him, like, go on. Baby, I really want a G-Wagon because it's cute. It looks good. And I can put these kids that we're making in the back seat. I could put all the groceries in there too, I want a Tesla. Energy efficient. You need to be able to ask him these things. And if you were too afraid to ask him to buy you the enrollment fee for a course when you were young and had zero responsibilities, now that you got this man's children, you can't even ask him to, be responsible for the mortgage. This is where you're getting yourself messed up, and now you're in a trap of your own making. You're in a trap of your own making. You really can't even be all that mad at him. Like, yeah, you can, because ew. But also, like, you can't be all that mad at him because you never dusty tested him. You never dusty tested that man, and now you're mad at him. You ain't never asked him for shit until this day. Years down the line, and you're mad at him for not being able to meet that. Girl, you should have known that about him the first freaking month 3 max. Anyway, you may hear women in the hypergamous femininity community and spaces saying things like, go shopping with his money often, or why spend mine when I can spend his. This mindset isn't about being cute or cheeky. It's about knowing something important to the success of your relationship. He needs to spend on you, so his mind associates your face, with his masculinity level up. His brain needs to associate you with healthy challenge and accomplishment. Okay? Okay? Not with ease and rocking back and we'll see. And she don't really need nothing anyway. She good. Ew. Stop it. No. Anyway, this is a powerful part of masculine bonding in romantic relationships. It may take him some time to hunt. He may even fail. But if he's not interested in providing for you and you only hear no's or excuses, get out, sis. It's not about, look, he could very well tell you, like, hey, I really want to go on a trip. Let's go to the Caribbean somewhere. I don't know. Wouldn't it be nice? And he's like, baby, we're going to have to do that for, like, maybe we'll have to wait to do that next month because this month not it. Okay. Okay, I could live with that. I could live with that. I don't know about you. I could live with that. I could live with that, I could live with that. But if you never even asked him, and then years and years go by and you have never been flew out by this man somewhere nice at least once, just like had a good time, or like every time you did do it, it was out of your pocket because you're Miss INDEPEN. I can't even spell it anymore. I can't even spell the word anymore. No, you're in a trap of your own making. Ask him. ask him. It doesn't even have to be a trip. It's whatever you desire. Like, again, know your needs and desires intimately. You know what you need for you. But at the end of the day, girl, you cannot, like, you need to open your mouth. You need to use your words. People can't reach by. You need to ask him things. You need to stress test him a little bit, girl. How does he act when you ask? You know? Does he act smug? Does he make it seem like, oh, I'm doing charity work for you? Because that's also a red flag. That's also a red flag. You need to know, but you will never know if you don't open your mouth and ask because you're too, I mean, I could take care of myself. I don't need him to do it. I'm gonna ask him. It's gonna be weird. He's gonna think I'm a gold digger. Girl. Many of us, myself included, struggle with this, especially in those early stages of like hypergamous femininity journeys. You know, even if you're not necessarily considering yourself hypergamous, maybe you want somebody you're friend with, somebody who has the same like income bracket as you, you know. But many of us struggle with this in the beginning because we lacked healthy masculinity examples growing up. So while we desire things from our man, we choke up when it's time to express ourselves to him. Becoming aware of the root of your discomfort and your limiting beliefs around men and money is very important. Doing the inner work of unlearning limiting beliefs is so valuable for tackling this challenge. Money is merely a tool for exchange, and it's meant to be spent responsibly. When a man spends on you, he's taking care of his responsibility. If he's claiming you as his own, if he's trying to claim you as his own, if he's trying to impress you, if he's interested in having a woman on his arm, he needs to understand that you are now his responsibility. And that doesn't mean he owns you and he gets to tell you what to do. It means that the way that you experience this world is something that I want to contribute to. And I will make it my responsibility that whenever you are experiencing the world in any way because of me, that I'm responsible for making sure it's a positive experience. Because even when a man is sitting up on your couch playing 2K and not even helping you with not even a light bill, God bless Tyler Perry. Medea out here telling you, make sure he could just pay a light bill. His response, he's still like, you know, contributing to how you're experiencing this world in an irresponsible way. Because now you got a man-child to take care of. You know, and I'm not saying you must be in an exclusive relationship for all this either. That time that he is spending sitting across from you eating a meal is time that he is responsible for. And a man who is ready to be in a relationship, look, I think that, you know, sometimes we're hard on the Dusties. He's just a man that's not ready for a relationship. You know, it's neither here nor there. What he's doing with his time, I really don't give a rat's behind about, because it's not mine. He's just not ready to date. But a man who is ready to date will have the mindset of provision, protection, responsibility. Okay? So ask him for money. Am I becoming a podcast, bro? Should I say how terrible men are? Because I'm an alpha female. Should I give you dating advice on how to manipulate men into submission? Why am I like this?